Hi everyone, my name is Mike Rennick. I'm the senior broker, the team lead with Team Rennick Real Estate Services, part of that great Keller Williams on the Water family. A few weeks ago, I made a promise to everyone to share the story of Longboat Key from the eyes of the folks that live here, work here, and play here. And today, this is really a special treat. I have Susan Phillips with me. Nobody, and I mean nobody, has a passion for Longboat Key better than Susan. Susan, welcome.
Thank you.
Susan is president of the Longboat Key Garden Club, a philanthropic organization that does great work on the island. She also works for the town of Longboat Key. But the most important thing is she has the passion, and we want to talk about parks. So I asked Susan if she would do this, and she gladly said yes. But Susan being Susan isn't just talking about the park. She's done her homework, she has her notes, she wanted to make sure she got it right. She's very prepared. So I want to thank you for that. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So Susan, first of all, Longboat Key has its own ambiance. It has its own flavor. It has its own character, if you would. Are parks an important part of that?
Parks have been an integral part of the town's planning from day one. It's written into our zoning code and the comprehensive plan to provide for parks and open spaces. The balance between the development of the island in residential and tourism, but also preserving the natural amenities that we have around us today. In the zoning code, there's a requirement actually that any developer or builder must provide for open spaces through either land acquisition in terms of deeded property to the town to balance their development, and there's a formula for that, or they can give a monetary gift, if you will, that goes into a land acquisition fund, and that fund can only be used for purchase of open spaces or improving those open spaces with amenities, park amenities of that sort.
So the parks we have here on the island, they're not by accident, then they're by design.
They are by design. They are.
What kinds of parks do we have here on Longboat?
We have essentially three types of parks. We have active recreation parks. That would be like Bayfront Park, where you have dog park, kayaks, pickleball, tennis, basketball, shuffleboard, an open play field, a children's playground, and fishing areas.
Wow, that's just one park.
That is one park. That's your active recreation. And then we have a passive recreation, which is the park we're in today, Joan Durant Park. And this park doesn't have, for example, if someone wanted to build a softball field here, or a soccer field, or even badminton, something as soft as badminton. Okay. You can't develop this park in that way. It is for passive recreation, walking your dog, just that sort of enjoyment and activities.
More quiet, more laid back than the active park?
Well, it is by design. You need those quiet, serene spaces. We do have lots of weddings here, birthday parties, family gatherings. Our own Longboat Key Garden Club, as you know, have our annual meeting and picnic where we give out our grants and scholarships.
I've seen you hand out many checks to deserving students for the scholarship program at this park.
And that's in this beautiful pavilion, and that is one, just again, a passive structure. This park, there are three parks that are only open dawn to dusk.
Okay.
This park, Sister Keys, which is a group of islands off our shore, only accessible by kayak or a flats boat to protect the seagrasses surrounding it, and Greer Island, which is a Manatee County owned park, but it's within our jurisdiction, so we police it and provide emergency services.
So you have an active parks, you have passive. What's the third kind of parks you mentioned?
The third one is a preserve, so that would be Quick Point, and we have another piece of property, although it's not open like a park, that is intended to remain essentially in its natural state.
Okay.
To preserve the natural landscape and native vegetation, the wildlife, species, and habitat. It's designed specifically to host that kind of natural area.
So it keeps it the way it was meant to be, the way
Yes.
we inherited this.
Yes, and Quick Point Nature Preserve is the best example of that.
Okay.
Now they do have shell paths in it to provide access to the park, and a couple of wooden boardwalks to get you over wetlands areas they're trying to protect and keep people from walking through those mangrove areas and the wetlands. There is, at the terminus of the pathway into Quick Point, you come to this opening, and there's a beautiful overlook there. It's a wooden constructed overlook that it has the most incredible view across Sarasota Bay. You can see across over to where the Sarasota Sailing Squadron is, and Ringling Bridge, and the vista of Sarasota, Ringling Cottazon Mansion, and it's just one of the most beautiful places, and you must go there.
So we have 3 types of parks. How many parks do we have on Longboat Key?
We have 8.
That's a lot of parks for this island. It shows the importance that the residents, the town, everyone places in it.
And we are preparing at this moment the site where the former Amore restaurant was and the adjacent property.
So
that
will
was
that be the 8th or
purchased.
the 9th park?
That will be the 8th.
Okay.
And it will be an open space venue in the shorter term where we could community events, concerts, any number of outdoor things, movies like we do at Bayfront Park, the dinner and a movie event, that could be held there. The lawn party, the gourmet lawn party that's held annually would be a beautiful place for that in the future. So any number of activities could be held there.
As I promised, we're going to continue to tell a story. Susan will join us for future videos, and she's been in videos we've done in the past. Nobody has a passion for this island more than Susan has. I really appreciate this. She's telling a story from her vantage point of not only living here, but also someone who works on the island. Susan can live and work anywhere she wants in the world, and yet she chooses Longboat Key like many of us that you've met through these videos, and there's a reason why. And we will continue to tell that story from everybody's eyes. Thank you for watching this. We appreciate that. More to come. Susan, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure.